Hey there everyone, welcome back to another Game Vault video. As always, I'm Captain Beefy with the Game Vault, and we're going to talk about Light of Motoram today. This is a new game from Tencent Games, Polaris Quest, and Aurora Studios. It's going to be available, surprisingly, for PlayStation 5 as well as iOS and Android, alongside of Steam and Epic Game Store. And it looks vaguely familiar, so let's cue up the music and we're going to talk about it a little bit here. Alright, so I'm going to link to you here. This is, what is it? Gematsu is the website here. And I'll link you to the article here. But it says, Light of Motoram adds PS5, iOS, and Android versions, reveal trailer, and 16 minutes of gameplay. The first extended look at the open-world survival crafting game. Now, any of you familiar with PlayStation at all, you know the Horizon games, right? Horizon Zero Dawn and Horizon Forbidden West. Excuse me. Now, Horizon Zero Dawn just got a remaster for the PS5 Pro upgrade and all that. It's like a $10 remaster for people who already own the game. We know the design and the premise of the game, right? It's 1,000 years in the future. You play as Aloy, a female main character. You're fighting against these mechanized creatures that vaguely resemble both animals and dinosaurs, you know, depending on the creature itself, as well as some other stuff. You know, pretty cool looking stuff, pretty neat looking game. A lot of people like the game, a lot of people hate the game. You know, really depends on which camp you're in. I enjoyed Horizon Zero Dawn. I thought it was a very interesting game. I liked the story, I enjoyed the character, I liked the gameplay. It was fun. You know, I had a lot of fun with it. Horizon Forbidden West was fun as well. It did get a little grindy, and the the DLC, you know, it just added on a little too much to it. It was a little too big of a game, I think. But, you know, again, it was fun for what it was. I love the premise behind it. The way you had to tear apart creatures to get the parts and all that to build your equipment and stuff like that. It was pretty neat. There were things that bothered me about the game, like it's set 1,000 years in the future after a major apocalypse where most of the world died, but yet you still had different people, you know, like you had white people, black people, Hispanic people, Asian people, whereas I would imagine the future would be very homogenized where everybody would be one race, you know, so it was kind of silly in that regard. It felt like weird. You know, you look at places like Brazil where you had a mixture of people throughout history that have moved there and lived there, and how they've become this homogenized people that look a certain way. Brazilians look a certain way. That's how I imagine the future would look here in the United States if that was the things. But, you know, I guess Gorilla didn't think that way. And then the accents of people was kind of weird too. People would have certain accents and lingos and all that from different areas. But that, you know, that's another story. But anyway, let's talk about Lights of Motoram, and then we're going to look into this a little bit further. And I'll, you know, and I've got the trailer playing in the background, and we'll go through the trailer together. Anyway, Light of Motoram, the new open-world survival crafting game with mechanized animal beasts from Tencent Games, Polaris Quest, and Aurora Studio, will be available for PlayStation 5, iOS, and Android, alongside its previously announced PC, Steam, Epic Game Store version when it launches as a free-to-play title in 2025. The company announced via posts on PlayStation's Chinese social network accounts such as Weibo and Bilibili. Additionally, a 6-minute reveal trailer and 16 minutes of gameplay footage were published, revealing a first look at the seemingly Horizon-inspired title in action. Now, the trailer itself is, you know, not that well received. It's got about, you know, just under 800 likes and just over 500 dislikes, so it's fairly mid, about 20,000 views at the time I took the screenshot of it there. So it's a fairly middle-of-the-road reception for it. I'm sure a lot of people are looking at it in a way of like, you know, this is just a blatant rip-off of Horizon and all that. And in many ways, it looks that way, right? It looks that way. Like, people look at Power World as a rip-off of Pokemon, you know, in some ways, you know. And there are definite similarities, man. You can't deny it. The DNA is in the blood here. And I'm really, really shocked this thing's going to be on PS5. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, wow, this is crazy, you know. And to be fair, China's known for its copying of things that are made in other places and doing less expensive versions of it. We've all seen the fake iPhones and the fake gaming consoles and stuff like that. People have done, video channels showing those things and stuff like that and having fun with those things. So, China's known for this kind of thing. They, and then here we got a free-to-play Horizon Zero Dawn open world game. So it is, it's the same but different, right? The character's a female character, like Aloy. But we're looking at an open world game. We're looking at mechanics like open world mechanics like building bases and stuff like that, it looks like. So we'll get into that further when we look at the trailer. Anyway, in a world overrun by colossal machines, explore a vast open world, build your base of operations, advanced technology, train mechanimals, cool name, and take on formidable bosses. Starting from the primitive age, forge a new path of development, defy the machination, survive with mechanimals. Earth and human civilization as we know it are gone. Across untamed wilderness, giant mechanimal beasts roam freely while humanity struggles to rebuild from the dawn of a new primitive era. A Zero Dawn. Journey from lush tropical rainforests to barren desert landscapes and snow-capped mountain peaks as you discover unique mechanimals and mysterious ruins in different regions, gradually uncovering the secrets of Motoram. I'm looking at that to see if that's like if you rearrange those letters and come up with something. Anyway, in this mechanical wilderness where civilization is a distant memory, primal cultures, extreme weather, and lurking mechanimals will constantly test your survival skills. Make smart use of everything around you to stay alive and face off against formidable bosses. Every step is fraught with danger and requires courage. Only by overcoming the challenges of survival can you carve out a place for yourself in this unforgiving land. It's got realistic physics-based building. Unleash your creativity with a free-form building system powered by realistic physics simulation. Construct a fortified stronghold or a cleverly designed shelter. Every beam and brick is subject to real-world physical forces, ensuring that your structures are both visually stunning and able to withstand environmental challenges. Let your imagination run wild as you explore the endless possibilities of architecture. Cool. A lot of games that you build and it's just building. You can build some stuff that is stupidly unrealistic. So it's kind of neat that this is going to be based on real physics, supposedly. We'll have to see how that goes. Precise combat and epic boss fights. Dodge, block, and counterattack with precise timing and execution. Sharpen your battle skills in life or death situations. Deftly weaving through enemy assaults, dodging deadly blows, and seizing opportunities to counterattack. Don't forget to coordinate with your mechanimal partners. Choosing the right companion can make your combat twice as effective. Journey with mechanimals at your side. Over 100 customizable mechanimals await your taming and training. Whether you need combat support or a boost to production, each mechanimal possesses unique abilities and growth potential. Through personalized customization, you can give them exclusive battle modes and production traits, transforming them into your most powerful allies. Seamless co-op and cross-play. Team up with up to 10 players to tackle daunting challenges together. No matter where you are, embark on adventures with your friends anytime and enjoy a seamless gaming experience. From hunting mechanical beasts, gathering resources to construction projects. Progress never stops. Yada yada. Watch the footage below. And there is a couple videos there to watch. I'll link to the article down below for you guys here. But let's check out the trailer and see what's going on here. It's kind of crazy just how similar it is to Horizon, right? So the trailer starts off and it kind of gives me vibes of almost like the beginning of Terminator 2 here a little bit, with this barren landscape and all that, right? And we've got the human skull and then boom, there's the Terminator foot, right? But in this case, it's not a Terminator. And then we've got life growing from it. And we're seeing, I guess this is representative of the human race dying. These mechanimals coming to life, I guess, or whatever they came from. And life is coming back to Earth. It's being healed from what I see. But we've got stuff that really harkens back to Horizon. We've got the forests that we saw. We've got that desert that we saw, a lot of that in Forbidden West. We've got these underground areas. And here's our main character. And look at the design. 3099 AD, so roughly 1,000 years plus later on. Based off of that. Right? And look at these creatures, man. They're not the same, but they're the same. Right? These guys would look... They look like they're straight out of a Horizon game. There's the elephants. There's a bull type creature there. A pelican from the looks of it there, right? I mean, it's Horizon all over again. There's these weird tech structures, and here we are in these villages. Look at even the color schemes, the combinations of technology, and then feathers and all this American Indian indigenous looking stuff with the feathers and the colors and all that. That strange combination, the tribalist look, you know, the look of these various tribes. I imagine different tribes have different looks to it, just like in Horizon. If there are various tribes, maybe there's only one tribe in this one. I don't know. Not a lot's been shown yet, but we'll see. But, you know, got some cave paintings. You know, is this modern stuff or is that old stuff? You know, it's very mysterious. So, we're with you always, as long as the world shall live.
As long as the world shall live.
Now, here's a major difference: is that drone, and this looks like it's her looking back to the apocalypse. What happened to destroy humanity? Maybe this is a vision. I'm thinking. Hard to say. This is wake up. I had a dream.
I had this dream.
Where a God that blessed brought destruction.
Where a God that blessed brought
So why can't human
destruction.
beings kill God?
So why can't human
Weird.
beings kill
Not really
God?
sold on the dialogue here. But now we're at 4078 AD, almost 1,000 years later. Cycle Experiment 5, right? So it looks like this takes place throughout, like, time passes. I don't understand how that's going to work. Here we've got a huge skeleton of a creature. We saw some alligator type creatures there, whatever they are, but now we still have mechanical creatures, right? And, you know, are things evolving? What is this? What are these spaceships here? They look kind of like a Star Destroyer. Now we've got some nomad looking guys, like desert dervishes almost, you know? I love the... Sorry, man. I love the scorpion designs. Those are badass. They are absolutely sick. You know, and here in the water, this is fantastic, too. We've got some cool little sea serpent-looking creature. That's fantastic. The creature designs are great. Everything looks awesome in this thing. Well, not everything, but most of it looks pretty cool. Whatever this is. I mean, I see we're doing a lot of using creatures for mounts and stuff like that to fly on, to ride on. There's, you know, that's the horse from Horizon right there. And I don't know, whatever that big thing is, that was crazy looking. You know, here we have something being used as a glider. You know, we've got birds in Horizon, but we're seeing some other construction options here. A little otter type creature, more caves. It really harkens back to Horizon, you know, from the design of the villages. Here we see a little bit of the building techniques here. It looks like we're running power right now, I guess. Those look like generators of some sort. Maybe a turret. Combination of a bird and some dragonflies and whatever else that other thing is. So here's a demonstration of combat. The combat looks similar to Horizon, maybe a little more of a, you know, it's got a lot of the dodging and rolling and all that, a lot of the slow motion attacks when I guess you nail the dodge just right or the hit just right. And you can see now we've stunned the creature, so I guess that's a weak point right there. I was waiting to knock pieces off of the creature like you do in Horizon, but it doesn't look like that's a mechanic that occurs in this game, you know, so you can steal parts. Now, they did say there was 100 creatures you could tame, so I'm not really sure how you tame creatures in this one. I remember in Horizon there were very limited creatures you could tame. You had that one staff that you used, and you would sneak up on them and jam it into them, and you would tame them. I think it was only one you could have. It's been a while since I played. One mount you could have at a time, I think. You couldn't have a bunch. This one looks like you can tame them and use them. Like this one, we're using a creature in battle against the blue creature. That little thing that looks kind of like maybe a wolf type thing or something like that. Fight against whatever this crab-like creature is. You know, it's inflicting some damage while our main character's fighting as well. So you can see it's clearly got a shield, that blue creature, whatever it is. And we've got what looks to be like an ice-based attack from that, and the wolf seems to have some kind of fire-based attack. So elemental power is going to be used in this game, which is neat. That's used in Horizon quite a bit. You got weapons on the backs of these creatures, and some of the creatures have what looks to be power supplies on their backs, like batteries and stuff like that. Yeah, there's the guns on the back. One's got wings too. That's pretty gnarly. But yeah, things light up and glow. It's... Ooh, look at that. Nice. Oh, wait a minute. We're on the stinger of a scorpion here. That looked like you just took the stinger off. Oh, we removed a gun or something there. So maybe you can remove these parts. Okay. Alright, so here we are. Yeah, we're constructing a creature now. I don't know if we're doing it from scratch or if we're just customizing existing creatures a little bit. Like if you could put custom guns on it, or, you know, change the type of weapons or how it gets about and stuff like that. I imagine it said you have 100 creatures you can do that. So maybe,
5 times
you know, maybe you can customize them for combat, or like it said, production, to be a mount, things like that. That would be interesting. Psycho experiment, unknown. So this one doesn't even give you a time. So yeah, we're done. That's it. So it's an interesting trailer, you know. It's a very interesting trailer. It reveals quite a bit about the game. It's, you know, is it something I would play? Probably not. I don't like free-to-play games. It's probably, being that it's a Tencent game, Tencent does a lot of mobile games and stuff like that. It's probably going to be microtransaction hell. If it were a normal game, you know, $70 regular old single-player game with multiplayer as an option, something like that, or an archetype game, you know, I'd consider it. Although I'm a little burnt on these big open-world games at this time, but, you know, it's something I would at least consider. You know, but for now, I mean, let me know what your thoughts are down below. Is it a blatant ripoff of Horizon? It's it's pretty bad, you know. But again, mechanical creatures, 1,000 years plus in the future, female protagonists. I mean, there's a lot borrowed from Horizon and all that. The structure of the game's a little different, being that it's an open world game that is survival type game, they're saying, and that you've got base building and all that, multiplayer. So there's some fundamental differences there that set it apart from Horizon. You know, people that love Horizon are probably going to hate this game. People that hate Horizon are probably going to love this game out of spite. I don't know, guys, but let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, ring that bell for notifications. I will see you all next time. Until then, peace.